Sup everybody, that's Big Tom.
Big Tom, Bigger Al.
And today...
That was like the two Ronnies. And it's good night from him.
And it's good night from...
I don't remember it.
Neither do I. Oh my god, that could have been so good if you didn't interrupt. And today, we're going to interview Bigger Al.
Bigger Al. Bigger Al is getting interviewed by Big Tom. I've got a few questions here for you.
Okay, I think I've heard that one before. But I think it was just slightly after I'd had some handcuffs on. Not good memories.
Is this in the bedroom?
No, it was the first one then.
Okay. I'm going to start off easy and get harder as we go along.
Oh.
So, the first one, and this is quite apt because you really fucked our first video up, didn't you? So, how do you spell herpes?
Right, H-E-R-P-E-S.
Nice one. So why did you put an I in it?
I'm sorry. I did not mean to.
How is anyone looking for good herpes advice going to find our first video now? I don't get it.
Well, that's why I did it, because if they were looking for good herpes advice, they were looking in the wrong place.
Question 2. Which is heavier? A kilo of candy floss or a kilo of lead?
Neither.
Oh, didn't feel you. It wasn't a great attempt, was it?
No.
Who was the first man on the moon?
Lance Armstrong.
He cycled there when all the fucking gear he was on.
Neil Armstrong?
There we go. I think Lance would have got there first if he would have been a race. There we go. Nice one. Right. Now, I have the official order. Okay, but I want to see if you know it. So, who are the top 3 bodybuilders of all time? And it has to be in the correct order. And I don't care if you go
Of
first
how
to
many
third.
Olympias they won?
Just no, not necessarily, because bodybuilding is political, isn't it? So, who are the best 3 bodybuilders of all time?
But based on what?
Based on my criteria.
Based on your criteria?
Yeah.
Are you going to tell me your criteria?
No, you just got to guess.
Okay, Ronnie Coleman was the best bodybuilder of all time.
That's your opinion, yeah? We'll see if this correlates with mine. I'm just going to get all 3 and then...
Right, okay. Oh, we're going for my opinion.
Yeah, your opinion, and if it's a correct opinion, it must match my opinion.
Okay. Arnold was the best bodybuilder of all time.
Okay.
Shortly followed by Ronnie Coleman.
Okay.
The third best bodybuilder. Why do you put me on the spot? Because there are going to be a lot of bodybuilding freaks watching this, and they're going to be like, "The fuck, Alex knows nothing."
Yeah, I know, but this is the fun
Right,
bit. Because
okay,
if it was just on Olympias, it'd be like Coleman, Haney, and Arnie, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So
the
that's
third
boring.
best,
That's easy.
The third best.
This is what I'm claiming that I've got the definitive answer to this.
The third best bodybuilder of all time. It's either going to be Flex Wheeler or Kevin Levrone, purely based on, not that they won any Olympias, but I'm pretty certain that Kevin Levrone holds the record for most pro wins, or is it Dexter Jackson? No, I'm not sure. I'm going to go with Kevin Levrone.
So we've got Ronnie, Arnie, and Kevin Levrone.
Yeah, I know that sounds odd, but in my opinion, Kevin Levrone was such a good specimen in general.
Specimen sounds like you found him in a petri dish. I just run down somebody's knuckles after a little hand shandy in a cubicle. Well, I'll tell you, you've got 2 of the 3 correct, but in the wrong order.
Okay.
Arnie was the best.
Right.
It's just fact. Levrone was second best.
Yeah.
Fact. You can't argue with it. It's written down here. And third is... You said him.
Flex Wheeler.
Flex Wheeler.
Right. No disrespect to Flex Wheeler, but...
To be fair, I didn't have a third. I was just trying
He was just a really good specimen.
Another specimen.
Another specimen that was very good, but he was a lazy specimen.
Lazy specimen.
Apparently, I mean, in bodybuilding, everyone has to work pretty hard, and I'm sure he had a lot of good workouts and stuff, but I don't know, I just, you know, I've heard rumours he was lazy, and he seems to train in a very lacklustre fashion.
I'll tell you now, I didn't really have a third, but it was between Dexter, you mentioned.
I really
Flex.
don't like that Dexter. I hope he never watches this, but I really don't.
Flex and Phil Heath.
Yeah.
And that's just purely based on actual physiques that I'd want to have.
Phil Heath reminds me of like a professional sports player in his attitude, though. I like him, he's a great guy, but he's just too squeaky clean for me. It's like the difference between Superman and Batman. I prefer Batman.
Why do you prefer Batman?
Why do I prefer Batman? Because he has a dark side.
Not because he's got a Batmobile.
No.
What about a batwing?
Batwing?
There's a batwing, isn't it?
Batwing? What's
Like a fly thing.
Oh, right, is that what it's called?
I think so.
Yeah, right.
Or a utility belt. Or he has a camp little sidekick. That's why you like him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Superman doesn't have a camp little sidekick.
Yeah, I'm just jealous of him, really.
I know. Next question. What was that? How big does a spider have to be before you'll definitely kill it?
Oh, that's a good one because I'm not predisposed to not be afraid of spiders. Like,
Hang on. Okay.
a couple of negatives in
Yeah,
there,
I'm
weren't
getting
there?
confused.
Basically, I'm predisposed to be afraid of spiders, but
What do you mean
because,
predisposed?
like,
Well, you were like a moth in a previous life. To flap around and go, oh, spider's nest. Straight in.
possibly that's one theory.
What do you
I've
mean?
never thought about it that way.
Your mum runs around screaming when she sees a spider. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, you know, like when I was growing up, I was like, "Oh, that's a spider. That's scary." The smaller the animal is, the more scared I am. Apart from if it's a big version of a small animal, like a really big spider. Like, have you
So
ever
if it was
seen-
a spider the size of like a gorilla?
I would be very
Yeah.
scared. Like, have you seen Silent Hill 2?
No.
See it, mate. There's like a spider-like thing in that, and it's so cool. I wouldn't be as scared of that as much as I would be in awe of it.
But what if it was about to rip your face off?
Well, it'd be an interesting way to die.
True. True. So we've got a definitive answer on the size. Has to be, because for me anything above that, it's getting killed.
Right. Say like, how can we do this to scale? Say this is
Well,
my
you get
hand.
your cock out.
I have.
And then we know.
Oh, because everyone knows how big my cock is.
Well, we know
don't
it's an
they?
inch, don't we?
Oh yeah, my cock is an inch. Okay, so here it is. There it is.
There it is. That's
Okay.
about right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe twice the size. No, 3 times the size of my cock.
So a 3-inch spider,
Yeah, 3-inch spider.
which has got to be about that.
Oh, 1 sec.
Put it away.
Stay down. There we go.
So if a spider was that big, that's when you definitely kill it. So a tarantula, basically.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything less than a tarantula, you wouldn't kill it. You're weird. Right. Who's the worst training partner you've ever had?
Oh,
Gotta name names now.
right. I'm not gonna name names, but
Okay.
because he'll be really upset.
So we know it was a he.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me
Come on.
think if there've been any worse ones.
And why were they so bad?
Oh, it's between spank me ass and weak ass. Hopefully
Spank my ass and weak ass? What kind of training were you doing? I'm just talking about in the gym.
Right, look, listen to me.
You're doing something like gimp
Listen to me.
training.
Listen to me.
Okay.
It's both the
Right,
same guy,
okay,
right?
Okay.
But we called weak ass. Hopefully he doesn't watch this ever.
No one's watching this, don't worry.
Right. But you weren't definitely the worst. It was close, okay?
Between him and himself.
Him and this other guy, this recent guy. Okay, weak ass was bad because I used to get stuck under the incline press on the Smith machine like this. I was like, get it off me when I failed. And it was like basically just on my neck.
Okay.
And he wasn't strong enough to spot me whilst putting my top effort in whilst doing a 4-strip.
Alright.
So I was probably lifting 80 to 90% of the weight, and he wasn't strong enough to get me out from under the bar. So
Was this with the little pink dumbbells?
the little pink dumbbells, yeah.
Pink dumbbells. Yeah, I struggle with them.
Yeah, basically he couldn't even pass them up to me either.
Yeah. No.
Right, so that was why he was bad.
Okay.
Right. He was very loyal. And the second guy, basically one
It
day,
is a bit like doing a blog with John McGlock.
it's really boring.
No, it's just like, right, mate. I've just mentioned John McGlock. He's going to kill me, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably won't watch this far
No,
if this
he
is
won't.
boring. He'll probably be burning muscle by about
He'll be
10 minutes, won't he?
he'll be eating broccoli. Sorry, John. Okay, next question.
Rob,
When
Rob.
we-
Whoa, I'm not told about the other guy.
Oh, Jesus
right, okay, so the
Christ.
other guy, basically, one day, I came into the
apologise
gym.
to all of
You need
you
to give me, like, some coffee or something a bit stronger before we start this. Came into the gym, sat down, 8:30, we were training legs at 9, that's AM. Right? And I got a text saying, mate, my legs haven't recovered from last week. Should I still do them? And I was like, well, yeah, it's 8:30, you know, you could have told me a bit earlier.
I think
Come
I've
down.
just gone into a diabetic coma. Carry on. He's actually help. Right. Okay.
Right.
Carry on.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we so and then I said, yeah, you may as well just come down and do them now. I'm waiting here for you. It's half an hour till we start. And then he was like, oh, I've got the shits. So I was kind of thinking, well, why didn't you come up with that excuse first? So anyway, I did the legwork out on my own, obviously, and then subsequent excuses were his girlfriend used to have cancer. You know, this baby was screaming in the night. Or so. Yeah.
Used to have cancer.
Yeah, he got dumped and all this stuff, and in the end, I just got very, very.
Yeah,
very
that's a
fed
shit
up.
training partner.
Yeah.
Question 12. Would you rather, and this relates to the questions you asked me, would you rather fight Mike Tyson or a honey badger?
Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson doesn't try to bite your balls. That's a fact. The honey badger goes straight for the balls.
Yeah, but Mike Tyson might bite you.
Yeah, but it's only going to be like on the ear or something. Well, actually, yes, he will bite me.
He will bite you. But he might not.
I would prefer to have no ears than no balls. Thank you very much.
Okay, it's a good answer. So basically, we're saying the honey badger is
Vicious.
more ferocious than Mike Tyson.
The honey badger is.
It's the most ferocious animal in the world.
Yeah,
It's the most
Guinness
fearless.
Book of World Records is
Fact.
fact.
Okay, question 13. Okay, I want you to think about this one. If you're in America and you ask an American police officer for directions, how long will it be before he shoots you in the head?
Are you not allowed to do that or something?
No, he's just an American police officer. They shoot people, don't they?
Oh yeah, or I think they just shoot on sight, don't they?
I think usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depends what ethnicity you are.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm like, I do have some black blood.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you really?
Yeah, we were talking
You
about
have,
this outside.
you have black blood?
Yeah, like a 10th or something.
A 10th?
Yeah.
So like, what, one of your great aunt, cousin, third removed, brother-in-law, sister was quarter black or something?
Sister?
Hey?
Yeah, she was called Larisha. And her husband was called Marcel.
Did you know if they were black, or are you just presuming from the names?
I think from the names they're definitely black.
Immense. Right, moving on quickly before we get into any trouble. Question 14. What number am I thinking about right now?
32.
33.
Damn.
It was close. It was close. And that concludes the questioning, I think. And I think...
That was the worst interview I've ever been given.
That, I think, gives everyone a really good insight into who you are. And the fact that you know, just an all-round great guy who
I'd agree.
nearly knew what number I was thinking about.
Jesus died at age 33, according to Tupac.
Is Tupac the authority on it?
Yeah,
Was he
because
there?
him and Elvis are chilling.
Oh, with Jesus
With Jesus, yeah.
and Michael Jackson.
And Michael Jackson, and Jimi Hendrix, and Amy Winehouse.
So there's going to be a lot of drugs in that room.
Yep.
So is Jesus partaking in the drugs or not?
Yeah, because he screwed up on everything else, didn't he? He sold people out, didn't he? So
Jesus did.
yeah, he sold someone out.
Who did Jesus
Oh
sell
no,
out?
the other guy sold.
Yeah, there we go.
The other guy
Judas,
sold
apparently.
Jesus. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Judas.
You've not read the Bible
Judas is
recently.
probably dead by now, so
Do you think?
he's probably doing some. He's probably dealing the drugs.
Yeah, he's probably. So Judas is a drug dealer.
Yeah, Jesus
is a user.
a user.
A user.
Yeah.
And they're all partying.
That's why he could do all these stupid
Yeah,
things
he
like
thought
walk on water.
He was just stood on land going, man, I can walk on water.
And he gave everyone else drugs, so they're acid.
Yeah, and then he just went, oh, look at all the fish.
They're all on acid, yeah.
So it is. Drugs explain everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, drugs are the future, kids. Can I say that? Should I not? Maybe they're not. Are they?
Well, I suppose they are if you've got a life-threatening illness. Drugs are the future because they could save your life.
That's a fair point.
God, mate, I'm gonna get such a bad reputation from this
Why?
because we're just condoning drug use.
Should we not? Like,
Right,
don't take drugs.
I don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.